Hi guys, from Wonderfilm. Welcome back to another Doctor Who video. If you've never seen my face on your screens before, please click that big red subscribe button down below and click notifications bells to get notifications every single time I upload. This video is top 10 5th Doctor episodes from classic Doctor Who. For the next few weeks, for the next 12 weeks or so, I'm going to be doing top 10 episodes you should watch from classic Doctor Who and modern Doctor Who. If you're new to the world of classic Who or Doctor Who in general, then I want to give you a guide on the top 10 episodes you should probably watch first before you get into it like I have. So yeah, I'm starting with the 5th Doctor, then I'm doing the 4th, then I'm doing the 3rd, then I'm doing the 2nd, and then I'm doing the 1st. I'm not doing the 6th because Colin Baker didn't really stay for long and he was the first Doctor to get fired from the BBC. I'm not doing the 9th either because 9 only stayed for like a season, and to be honest, that season with Christopher Eccleston isn't worth watching at all. But I am doing the 10th, but I am doing 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd and 1st, 10, 11 and 12. I can't do 13 right now because season 13 hasn't actually aired yet, and I would like to do top 10 13 Doctor episodes when all 3 seasons of Jodie Whittaker's era has aired, because that way then my basis on the top 10 episodes will be a bit more online. There'll be a bit more information about the 10 episodes and also which episodes are best to watch in the Jodie Whittaker era. So yeah, I'm not doing 13 right now, but I will be doing 13 after season 13 has aired in general. So you will get 13. I'm also doing a playlist of all my other Doctor Who videos, so make sure you go onto my playlist to see all my videos I've done over a certain amount of times. I need to add new ones, I need to see which ones I've got on my playlist and which ones I haven't, so I need to add loads more. But I'll probably do a new Doctor Who playlist and just put all my videos, Doctor Who themed videos, into that playlist. And for you guys, the one I've got personally is private, but I'll do like a new playlist for you guys, so you guys can watch all the Doctor Who videos I film on my playlist called Doctor Who Show. I've got a private one, but that's just for me to look at other people's Doctor Who videos so I can get inspiration for a lot of my videos. Anyway, without further ado, now this is just a guide for you guys to watch these episodes first. You don't have to watch these first, but these are the best episodes in my opinion, or online, that I think people should watch first if you're getting into classic Doctor Who at the moment. So, top 10 Doctor Who episodes, 5th Doctor edition. So, number 10, Snake Dance. The second part of the mini-arc that features the Mara, a snake-like identity who attacks people's subconscious. After the original encounter with the creature, Tegan has been unwittingly carrying the monster in the back of her mind, which interrupted into her nightmares. When they approach its home planet a second time, this is a great story for Tegan as she battles with the demon in her mind, whilst the Doctor, along with a young and boyish Martin Clunes, tries to solve the mystery. Now you might recognise Martin Clunes in that episode, and you'd be right to, because he's actually the main actor, or was the main actor, in a programme called Doc Martin, which I've watched on multiple occasions. But yeah, I really love that episode. That whole episode, all 4 of those episodes, evolved around Tegan trying to shake this from her mind. So the Doctor and his main focus on this was all kind of revolved around Tegan, and I thought it was a great storyline for her because, you know, we got to see a bit more of her character development in that episode after, you know, she's been fired from her air stewardess job. So yeah, I think her second season with the Doctor and the Mara coming back again, I think that's just an excellent episode for Tegan, because we know the first season she was in her air stewardess, and most of the episodes in that season focused around her wanting to get back to Heathrow. But the second season as well is just quite good with those 4 episodes, Snake Dance, involving around Tegan. Number 9, Planet of Fire. It's a shame that Turlough was left until his last story before being given a good character development. After a rather unremarkable couple of stories, his history in exile from his home planet and are finally revealed. This serial gave Turlough plenty of quality script to chew on while they battled with the Master, met Perry and saw the destruction of Chameleon. A good final to what may have been to what may have otherwise been a wasted companion. True, they had to. I can't believe they took this long with Turlough. Turlough's actually my companion. He's actually one of my lowest rated companions in my opinion. I'll do a video on the classic companions, rating the classic companions, but Turlough is probably one of my lowest rated companions because of the way he was introduced originally. Like, he was a agent of the Black Guardian, like a double agent for the Black Guardian, and who hated the Doctor, so he tried to kill. But Tegan, lucky for her, she saw through him basically straight away. So yeah, Nyssa didn't really see through Turlough, but Tegan did, probably because she's an Earthling and she had that kind of suspicion that Turlough was all kind of trouble, and you know, she saw through him straight away. But I'll do a companion video rating classic companions and modern Doctor Who companions another time. But yeah, Tegan saw through Turlough straight away, so he's actually one of the lowest rating companions in Doctor Who history. Tegan's kind of comes 13th place, Nyssa comes 14, but Tegan and Nyssa both kind of had very good influences with the Doctor. So, you know, but Tegan saw through Turlough straight away, and she was there for the recursion, the resurrection of the Black Guardian eventually in the end. So, you know, Turlough actually turned out to be quite good in the end. But, you know, let me know your opinions about that. But anyway, moving on. Black Orchid. Sometimes it's important to mix up the formula. This short serial featured no science fiction element beyond the Doctor and his companions arriving in the TARDIS, instead going with a traditional murder mystery, finding themselves at a major party where the Doctor takes a chance to play some cricket. The undercover some classic mystery material, including mistaken identity. I've watched that episode and I have to agree, it didn't have any element of science in it at all. It was just pure murder mystery, pure stuff, like a mistaken identity. So that was actually quite good episode. I've only watched it a couple of times, but it's actually quite good for the Doctor and his companions. It revolves around the Doctor and all of his companions instead of just focusing on Tegan all the time. This one episode in that serial doesn't just focus on Tegan like I know the first Peter Davison series did. It focuses on Nyssa, Adric, the Doctor and Tegan. It focuses on all of them. Fontanus. As with many of the older Doctor Who episodes, this serial is slightly held back by silly looking aliens. When that is put aside, there is some fantastic sci-fi written here. The planet of Fontanus is under attack from an alien race who can manipulate gravity and have been bombarding the surface dwellers with meteors. More interesting and creepy is the way the aliens use human corpses to power their machines. Some strong imaginary and ideas make this a solid story. Yes, the Doctor isn't actually meant to go on Fontanus, but he kind of had no choice because the TARDIS was being dragged to the planet with gravity, so he didn't really have a choice because the TARDIS was kind of about to break down, so he had to kind of materialise on the planet because of the meteor shower, which is unusual because the TARDIS should be able to resist, you know, meteor showers or something like that. But he literally had no choice. He literally had to materialise on that planet as quickly as possible. He had to help out, but then he told the Fontanus people not to ever tell the Time Lords that he was there, because you know what the Time Lords had done, they would have like put the Doctor on trial for that. And with him being the Lord President, as we learned in the Five Doctors, when I've watched that episode, I'm going to add that to my list, but not right now. But yeah, as we learnt in the Five Doctors, he wouldn't return to Gallifrey to be the Lord President. He literally just abandoned his duties. He ran away from Gallifrey a long time ago for reasons, and he was never going to return. So, you know, if the Time Lords ever found out the Doctor went to Frontinus, he'd be in massive trouble for that, because he's not meant to interfere in planets. The Maudlin Undead, number 6. This is number 6. And the last one was number 7, by the way. And the one before that was number 8. And the one before that was number 9. But I think I said that. Number 6. Mawdryn Undead. The creature designed of Mawdryn is still horrible to look at, with the pulsing brain and all. Looking well past that, the return of the brig is always going to be welcome, and it's good to see the Doctor being given a genuine difficult conundrum. Turlough is introduced as a double agent for the Black Guardian, the beginning of a decent trilogy. Yeah, Turlough was introduced weirdly. Like, they had to introduce Turlough weirdly as being like a double agent to the Black Guardian. Like, Turlough was a double agent. By that I mean he was with the Doctor in the TARDIS, like being a Doctor's companion, but also he was an agent for the Black Guardian. So he was like double agent to both of them, and it was just weird. I'm glad Tegan saw through him straight away. She wasn't impressed when he stepped on the TARDIS. She was not impressed by him. She knew something was dodgy about Turlough from the very beginning, especially when he messed around with the TARDIS and Nyssa ended up leaving on Terminus because you know, she just felt like she wanted to be there. So I mean, Nyssa would have left anyway, but if Turlough had meddled, then Nyssa wouldn't have been kind of left on that ship. But the Doctor was all for her to stay. Like, the Doctor and Tegan wasn't particularly happy about Nyssa leaving, but I'll get into that another time. Tegan wasn't best pleased with Nyssa leaving, but the Doctor was like, "You're a very brave person and I wish you the best of luck," before both of them bid their goodbyes. I thought it was funny because, you know, Nyssa in the second series, with the Doctor had a bit of a break from Tegan. Like, the Doctor wasn't the best happy that Tegan had rejoined the TARDIS, but he got used to having her again. But Nyssa at first, she was like protective over Tegan. She was the one that, when she had that nightmare, kind of stood at her bedside whilst the Doctor was in the door. But like, Nyssa also said, like, to the Doctor, say that you're pleased to see Tegan, and the Doctor was pleased to see Tegan, which I think after Nyssa left, the Doctor kind of looked out for Tegan more, because, you know, Nyssa wasn't in his way and he didn't say any mean comments about her anymore. So, you know, that was that dialogue between the two girls, which I think should have been explored more, but also I think was quite good, because Nyssa and Tegan were best friends, and Nyssa was kind of annoyed at the Doctor for shouting at Tegan, and, you know, but the Doctor eventually got used to having Tegan back again. Like, in Merlin Undead, he was concerned for her, and Terminus, he was also concerned. He was also pleased to see Tegan, and then again in Enlightenment, he was proud to see Tegan was unharmed and stuff. So, you know, he did look after Tegan after Nyssa left, which I think was quite cool. Anyway, moving on. Number 5, Earthshock. The Cybermen and Endurance as one of the best villains in the Doctor Who saga, and their impact is always felt. Although they don't reach the levels of global domination that they would appear in some episodes, this is a memorable appearance. Most of this is a tribute to the death of Adric at the end of the episode, but even before that, there's a solid character development during the episode, and the destruction of the dinosaurs being wounded into the plot is fun. So yeah, Adric finally got a storyline. Like, that storyline revolved around Adric. Adric finally got a storyline, which is amazing, because he didn't have any storylines. But yeah, Adric's death though was kind of annoying, but, you know, well remembered. People who watched the classic episodes when they were alive are going to remember his death for centuries. But yeah, definitely something memorable for his death. I'll probably do a separate video on the storyline of Adric if you guys want that. Give me a thumbs up if you guys want me to do like a storyline on just Adric, and let me know if you guys ever want like just separate storylines on every companion that there has ever been. Like, I'm happy to do that. I love doing videos like that. Anyway, moving on. Number 4, the Caves of Avjazani. The final outing for the Fifth Doctor is quite the action-packed adventure. Along with just Peri for the first time, both her and the Doctor are poisoned, leaving them in a race against time to find the cure. With plenty of memorable characters and a plot involving the conflict between miners and the military, it's a well-crafted story that moves at a brisk pace, ending with a powerful sacrifice on behalf of the Doctor. We know that story. Peri gets spectrotoxemia, so does the Doctor, but only on his hands, so it's not too bad for him. Peri almost dies, and there's not a lot of bat milk for him and Peri, so he gives it to Peri so she can live, and he can just regenerate. So the Doctor's going to live anyway, but he can just regenerate, can't he? So yeah, it's a perfect, that episode, those last 4 episodes of the Fifth Doctor were perfect for him. Were perfect for Peter Davison's Doctor. I wouldn't have expected any more for Peter Davison's last outing, because it was just him and Peri for the first time. It was him and one companion for the first time, which we know Peter Davison has never really had before, because he's always had like 3 companions, Nyssa, Tegan and Adric, or Turlough and Tegan. So, you know, having one companion for the first time for the Fifth Doctor must have been weird, because, you know, he's used to having like 3 companions in one go. Number 3, the 5 Doctors. It's always been reassuring that when a cross-Doctor special is put together, the writers deliver the goods. Although Tom Baker only contributes some leftover footage from the unaired shader, the reunion of Troughton, Pertwee, Ford, Slade and others made it more than worthwhile. With all the versions of the Doctor to date and their companions trapped in the Death Zone, battling their old foes, the Master is sent in to rescue him. What they uncover is a powerful secret dating back to the beginning of Time Lord society. Yes, I like that, because Turlough and Tegan are companions of the Fifth Doctor. Then obviously you have Susan, the original first companion. Obviously then you have the Brigadier, and you have Sarah Jane, a companion of the Third Doctor. So it's kind of nice to have all of those companions and all of the Doctors kind of in one. Although Third and Second in that dialogue hated each other. Pertwee called Troughton Scarecrow, and Second Doctor called the Third Doctor Fancy Pants. So yeah. Number 2, Kinda. The first story featuring the Mara is a fantastic one. Rather than turning out standard sci-fi tropes, the entire serial is based around the teachings of Buddha. From the onset, it seems as though there are many random occurrences used to propel the story forward, but everything contains a deep meaning that builds up to the final. The representation of the Mara and Tegan struggling with it is fresh and original for the long-running series. I can't disagree with that. The Kinda episode felt well written, the script was brilliant, Nyssa was asleep in the TARDIS, so, you know, for the first time the Doctor had just Tegan and Adric with him for the first time, and the story was well written, and it really focused around Tegan for the first time. Like, I know she had a lot of screen time and a lot of stories based around her, but the Kinda episode I felt like was probably the one that we really saw Tegan as a character. And I think also that episode was meant to revolve around certain mental health issues as well. So, you know, that episode you really felt something for Tegan in that episode. And number 1, Enlightenment. A bunch of ancient ships being piloted through space by an Andromic Dence trying to win the prize of enlightenment. Turlough battles with the Black Guardian, who is trying to force him to kill the Doctor. Fantastic, imaginative, and awesome fun. I'm going to keep this link open just because, you know, I don't really want to close it until I've done all of the doctors. You know, I don't really want to close it until I've done all of the doctors. But yeah, I felt like a lot of those episodes that happened were very well written in a sense, and a lot of those Fifth Doctor episodes, Fourth Doctor's next by the way guys, I'm kind of doing it, I should probably end up doing it in the correct order, but I can't be bothered, so. But yeah, I hope that helps you guys with classic Doctor Who, that guide to the Fifth Doctor. I'll be doing the Fourth Doctor next week. I'm going to be doing these for the next few weeks, just it's easier that way. So yeah, make sure you subscribe. Also, more Doctor Who news for you. This weekend, this is just a little extra thing for the outro. Last weekend, Saturday actually, the Saturday that's been, I actually saw a replica TARDIS in a village called Clopton in Suffolk, and I'll insert pictures at the end because I took a photo shoot outside it. I did a photo shoot outside it. I was on my way back from kickboxing when this happened, and on Facebook, on the Facebook group, it's gone virtually viral. The pictures have gone virtually viral, but this is on the Doctor Who fan group that I'm a member of. It's got over 365 likes on the post itself. So yeah, I will insert pictures at the end of the video so you guys can see the pictures. I think you guys are going to find them really good pictures. By the way, my mum took all the pictures. I took the first initial one of the TARDIS and then the last one, but my mum took the ones of me standing outside it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy those pictures at the end. I'll insert them now. I'll insert them just as I end this. So yeah, I hope you guys have had an amazing day, and I'll see you guys next week for top 10 Fourth Doctor episodes. I'll see you guys then. Alonzi. Or as the Fifth Doctor would say, Braveheart, Tegan.